Can you hear me now? Sorry. Are you clear? I think no issue. No? Yes. Okay. We going to discuss about our last day lesson, the final page. No, we stop last day. The purification methods completed. No, am I correct? The purification methods we completed. Today we going to discuss about only no purification methods. Purification methods completed. The recrystallization, deposition and sublimation and what other the distillation. The last one distillation. Yeah, the distillation I explained in the distillation I explained. Now give me 1 minute. Okay, sorry. Okay, in the natural product lesson, we discussed main three part extraction methods, identification, separation and identification methods. They are chromatography, and the final one is purification methods. And the purification methods, we discussed about purification methods. We discussed about three main types. The first one is recrystallization. The recrystallization we discussed last day also in the past paper discussion. I remember I given all basic steps of the recrystallization. The recrystallization. This is the first one. The second one is sublimation and deposition. Sublimation and deposition. Sublimation and deposition. The third one is the distillation. The third one is the distillation. Distillation I told in same as the distillation is a purification method. It is as well as it's a the extraction method. That's also an extraction method. Then I told that main in purification we have three main purification methods. What are the names? The simple distillation. The second one is steam distillation. The third one is fractional distillation. Yeah, every this distillation methods we can use for this purification methods. The distillation is a common method for extraction as well as purification. This recrystallization, sublimation, and deposition, uh, distillation, sublimation, and deposition. Give me few minutes here because of this background sign. Very difficult. Okay, now okay. Okay. What we discussed last day we discussed about extraction method we completed. Then we started the separation and identification method. Finally, we discussed about purification methods. Under purification method, we discussed recrystallization, sublimation and deposition, and distillation. Actually, I told the distillation is a common process for extraction as well as distillation. Extraction as well as distillation. The distillation we can use for extraction as well as distillation. As well as distillation. Therefore, it's no need to discuss again distillation. The distillation mainly three types as we discussed: simple distillation, steam distillation, and fractional distillation. Then we completed the purification process. Now go to the tute page number. Go to the tute page number 17. Go to the go to the tute page number 17. The page number 17 I given the need of synthesize synthetic medicine drugs. The needs to synthesize. Sorry, need to synthesize medicine drugs. more than get biochemically synthesized, that means from extracted from natural products. Last day also we discussed what are the importance of chemically produced, artificially synthesized. In the at the beginning of the lesson, I explained more than um, naturally extraction, there are a lot of advantage if we synthesize them in if we synthesize this compound in artificial way, because according to the human population, nowadays the human population is gradually increasing. With this increased population, high population, according to the demand, if we need to supply, we need the natural products, the secondary metabolites, especially, they are produced in very small amount in natural sources, as we discussed the first day. Therefore, we need to produce. If you produce in artificial synthesized method, we can supply these whatever compounds for other according to the demand. That's the main advantage. uh, okay, if exam asks what are the disadvantage of artificial synthesized method, chemical synthesized method, what are the disadvantage? The 2016 question, the 2015 question. Last day we discussed 2015 question. In 2015 question, 2015 A level, if you go through, no need to go through, we discussed already. Uh, we discussed, they asked what are the advantage of chemically synthesized compound more than biological synthesis, get extracted from natural sources. But the 2016 exam question, if you go through, 2016 2016 asked what is the advantage of biologically synthesized than actually what are the disadvantage of artificial synthesized method. What are the disadvantage? What do you think? What are the disadvantage? If these natural products, secondary metabolites, if we produced in artificial chemical synthesized method, what are the disadvantage? What are the disadvantage? Same. What do you think? What are the disadvantages? Yeah, artificially synthesized. The main disadvantage mean we are produced by chemicals. No? Then these chemicals, the main disadvantage is they are not environmental friendly, not environmental healthy. But if we extracted from natural sources, these compounds are environmental friendly, healthy. But the chemically produced compounds that can harm to the environment, that can damage to our environmental balance system. Okay, that's the main disadvantage, that can affect to our environment. That's not healthy for our environment. That's the main disadvantage. Other disadvantage, it take more cost and more time. I think more time takes for natural sources extraction, more time. But uh, yeah, chemical synthesis also takes some time, but it's not the main factor. It's more cost, and it is not healthy for environment. The chemical synthesized method, artificial synthesized method, not healthy for our environment. What are the disadvantages of chemically synthesized method? chemical synthesis method? High production cost. Yeah, that we discussed. Production cost. What are the? They are the main factors. There are three main two factors: high production cost, and they are not healthy for our environment. They are the main factors. Remember, in 2016 question we discussed last revision 2016 and other every natural product lesson, natural product questions we discussed in the next Monday. Okay, therefore go through the lesson and ready for the discussion. If you can try, I have already uploaded all past papers into the Google Drive link. You can get all papers and you can try all natural product questions. Okay, natural product question. Then when we discuss, you can identify your mistakes and you can correct. Okay. Now we move into our. You can read this sentence paragraph. You can see read. That's something advanced part, something additional part. You can prefer that. The actually the whole paragraph given the discussion story at the beginning of the lesson. I told at the beginning we use natural sources for secondary metabolites. We use natural sources. After that we start to extract and use extracted from natural sources and use. Then according to the demand, it is not sufficient. Therefore, we go to the nowadays we produce secondary metabolites by for our medicine and other cosmetic productions by artificially synthesized chemical synthesis method. Okay, then if there are any question asked, you need to compare this method. What are the advantage? What are the disadvantage? You have to compare this each method. Then you can get full marks. Go to the final paragraph. The basic function of biologically active chemical compounds which is synthetically synthesized should be preserved like that the natural compounds and its medical quality and power should be increased and side effect should be reduced. Side effect also we can reduce because by chemical synthesis we can avoid impurities. No, if it is cinnamaldehyde, we can only produce cinnamaldehyde according to the chemical structure. Therefore, side effect we can avoid. That's also an advantage. You can read them. Should be increased and the power cost for chemical synthesis method. Other advantage is power cost. Overall, the cost is high. Chemical synthesis method. Okay, that's the chemical synthesis and all about the natural products compound. This lesson we mainly discussed about secondary metabolites. I told natural products mainly divide into two types: the primary metabolites and secondary metabolites. This lesson we mainly discussed about secondary metabolites. Primary metabolites we mainly discuss in the biomolecule lesson. Okay. Okay. Now come to our new part. Our today lesson is patent. Our today lesson is patent. Not today lesson. Today lesson is industrial chemistry. Now that's the final part of the lesson. Patent. 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 Okay. Do you know the patent is a intellectual property? The patent is a one of intellectual property. Intellectual property means IP. Intellectual property. Intellectual property. Intellectual property. Intellectual property. Okay, do you know what are the intellectual property? Other intellectual property? Yeah, patent is a one intellectual property. Patent is a one intellectual property. Patent. Can you suggest other intellectual properties? Do you know intellectual property? Copyrights. Very good. Copyrights. Copyrights. What other IP rights again? IP rights, intellectual property. What other intellectual property? Quick. Trademarks, very good. Trademark, trademark, trade. Others, trade secrets, trade secrets. Do you have heard? Trade secrets, trade secrets, trade secrets. Trade secrets, yes. Trade secrets, secrets, trade secrets. Okay, what others? What are the intellectual properties? Patents, copyrights, RIGHT. Copyrights, copyrights, trademarks, trade secrets. Okay, what are the patents? We will discuss later. Patents is our lesson. What are the copyrights? Copyrights mean if any song or if ever film or whatever video, we can't copy. No, whatever writing, whatever text, we can't copy without permission of the owner. That's a copyright. If we get the copyright partnership, we can in the YouTube also nowadays and social medias present the copyright is there. No, therefore we can't copy anyone other content without permission. We can't copy. That is a copyright. Copyright you already know. What are the trademarks? What is the trademarks? Give me example for trademarks. Give me example for trademarks. Example for trademarks. Do you know the Cargills, keels, or whatever they are trade? They are trade fonts, and they are whatever logo we can't copy for our whatever purpose. Okay, without permission. With permission also we can't copy. Okay, that's the trademarks. The trademarks, the McDonald's has like their specific symbol. This symbol, this M letter, this font we can't copy for our whatever business. So our personal use, we can't copy this. That's the we can't use this. Okay, that's the trademarks. The trade secrets. Give me example. Give me example for trade secret. Trade secret. Give me example for trade secret. Copyright, song, films, videos, and content. Text, they all are copyright. Then trademarks for trade logo or fonts. Fonts. Okay, then trade secrets. Yeah, secret recipes. Very good. Like example. I can. Yeah, secret recipe එකක් තියෙන එකක් කියන්නේ product එක. KFC, very good. The KFC has a trade secret. The trade secret means only the few peoples in on this whatever business, only few peoples, owner and whatever 2 to 3 peoples only know these recipes. Okay, they recipes, mainly recipes, uh, mainly recipes, and recipes. What are the examples? Examples, write down. KFC is an example, and Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is an example. And what are the trade secrets? Other examples for trade secrets? Yeah, Coca-Cola recipe, anyone don't know. The KFC recipe, anyone don't know. Not anyone, only 1 or 2 people only. That's a secret. What other trade secret do you know? Okay, that enough. Huh? Okay, patents. Now we come to the our topic, that's patent. Patents. Then we discuss trade secrets give for recipes, trademarks give for trade logos and fonts, the copyrights give for song whatever content. The patents give for who? Patents. What's the purpose of patent? I think you know. Patents give for patents. You remember inventions and innovations. That's given for inventions and innovations. Innovations. Inventions and innovations. Inventions and innovation. To secure the property. Uh, to secure the appropriate. Yeah, is that correct? Yes, invention. Very good. Yeah, the patents are given for inventions and innovations. Do you know what is the difference between invention and innovation? What is the difference between invention and innovation? Invention and innovation. What is the difference? What do you think? Invention and innovation. What is the difference? What do you think? Invention and innovation. Like same word, no? Is that same meaning? The meaning is same or not? The meaning is not same. The meaning not same. What do you think? What is the invention and what is the innovation? What is invention and what is innovation? Innovation means something new. No. Then invention? Invention? Yeah, important point. That can be MCQ. What is the difference between invention and innovation? Invention, innovation. Ashit, what do you think? Invention and innovation. Invention and innovation. Think and tell me. Yeah, there is a specific difference. Invention and innovation. Yes. Good, good. Lot of answers. Let's see. Uh, invention is the create. Invention is the create the something entirely new, while innovation is very good. Improve or modification, very good. Invention, discovering something new, innovation, identifying the already, very good. No, identifying already available thing we not consider as innovation. No, wrong. Remember? Okay, before that I will explain about patent more. Okay, can you quick write down this? That's not given in the tune. Quickly write intellectual properties, write down examples and give some brief introduction. Quickly, quickly. Within 30 seconds you have right. Quick. Complete? Okay. Now I raise. Okay. I'm going to raise. Okay, now we move into the patents. Now we move into the patents. 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 Patents given for uh, inventions and mainly inventions and innovations. Inventions and innovations. What the invention, remember, the invention mean, who is correct? Amavi correct. Invention mean create something, the create or uh, design something new idea. Okay, entire new idea. This is a new create or design, create new idea. New idea. That's a novel idea. It should be a novel idea. That's not exist in the world before that. Okay, that's a very new thing. That is the invention. That's the invention. The innovation mean already available product we go for improvement. As example, think we have nowadays we use iPhone. What is the latest one? The iPhone 16 Pro. Then if there is another version came as iPhone 17, that's a already available product, but improvement. That is an innovation, not an invention. That is an innovation. I think now you can remember. Okay, invention and innovation. Invention mean uh, that's a new thing that not exist uh, before in the world. Okay, that's a novel thing, novel idea or novel creation. The innovation mean the improvement of improvements of improvement of already exist product. Okay, that's the difference between. Remember that that's the example for innovation. 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 Okay, we can apply patent for this both invention and innovation. Both we can apply patents. We can apply patents for both invention and innovation both. Now, do you know where we apply patents? Who is given patents? What is the institute? Remember that the institute we need to apply patent. We need if I produce whatever new product, then I need to apply for patent. Then where we need to apply? That we call the institute there in Sri Lanka. There is a special institute. Remember, they are not given in the tute. Okay, you have noted down. The institute is NIPO. The institute is NIPO. The The full name is National Intellectual Property Office. National Intellectual, National Intellectual, National Intellectual, National Intellectual Property Office. Property Office. Not organization, it is office. Not organization, it is office. Okay, that is the institute. That is the institute. We need to apply for patent, and this is the persons who has qualification. They go through about your go through your innovation or invention. They consider this innovation is suitable for given patent or not suitable. If it is rejected, we have to do another improvement and we can apply again. Okay, now think I have a now new innovation, like think I have new ice cream version, new ice cream, whatever new fruit think whatever, okay, whatever new fruit, by a new fruit I produce a new ice cream or whatever new product. Then what I need to do? What I need to do? First of all, I need to prepare a proposal of our innovation or invention. We need to prepare a proposal. First of all, prepare a proposal of our proposal. Proposal. Proposal for proposal submit for this National Intellectual Property Office. Okay, this proposal should include whatever the overall the description of the product, our product or design, overall description and figures, and there are a lot of documents. There is another one I can't remember. The first one is description, the overall description of the product. The other thing is yeah, wait, I'll give you list of documents. Okay, the first one is it should be submit a yeah, the overall description. Overall description, they are not asking in the exam. That's a very small part in our syllabus. The overall description about our product. Then the other thing is, what is the novelty of this product? Overall description, how it is working, what is the advantage and everything we have to mention. Then the other important thing is description, overall description, and the other important thing is the novelty. The novelty is the main factor. The novelty we need to add. What is the novelty of this product? What is the novelty of this product? We need to add for this our document list. And finally, the cost analysis list we need to submit for NIPO. Cost analysis list, how much cost is need for this production process, and this type overall the document, all documents required. Normally you can, if you have any new product, you can contact NIPO office, Natural Intellectual Property Office. Then they given list of document you need to submit. Okay, they given the required document for submit your purpose. Then you have to complete your documents according to their requirement. Then you need to submit for National Intellectual Property Office. Okay, after submit, they review about your product. And they give three chance. Okay, first of all, uh, they review your product overall, get idea, and first, if there are any mistake, they given chance for improve that and again apply. Okay, improve that and again apply. Again, second chance. Also, they given another one chance for if there are any improvement to do this. At the third time, if you apply again, first time rejected, second time rejected, if third time rejected, again you can't apply for patent. Then you have to go for another innovation. Therefore, the important thing they refer in the novelty. If you're doing any innovation or invention, it should be novelty, and it should have a specific purpose. That's the important. The novelty and specific purpose is specific purpose. Think if you produce any novel thing, if it is no any purpose for humans or whatever organism or other organisms or whatever, totally mainly humans, it's not valuable. It's not suitable for apply patent. Therefore, it should have the novelty is very important, and it should have a specific purpose for industrially or whatever. Mainly humans. It should have a purpose. Okay, they are the main thing you need to know about patents. Okay, now think you produce any invention or innovation, then you pass within these 3 times. You pass you are acceptable for patents. Then do you know the patent is given for which time period? Lifetime or some whatever limited time period? What do you think? The patent is given for lifetime or whatever limited time period? What do you think? Lifetime or limited time period? What do you think? No, what do you think? If it is no need to correct, what do you think? I ask. Yeah, it is given for limited time period. Now, what do you think? It is 50 years, 50 years, or 20 years, 10 years, 5 years? What do you think? 1 year? What do you think? Very good. Normally, patent is given for 20 years. Patent is given for 20 years. And the other thing, you need like a vehicle license. Every year the patent should be renewed. We need to pay some, I think 300 to 400 amount, and we need to renew the patent. Okay, do you know why this patent is given for 20 years? Normally we give any product, novel product. If you produce novel product, they given patent for 20 years. Do you know why it's not given for lifetime? What is the reason? That's specific 2 reasons. Actually, main 2 reasons. Can you say this one reason why it is given for 20 years? Yes, that's the one reason. There is another one. Okay, others you can try. Think why it is not given for lifetime, why it is given for limited time. Why it is given for limited time? Yeah, the Amar, correct. Yeah, technology advancement. After 20 years, now today I produce new product. After 20 years, is it uh, after 20 years it is new? No, it more than that, technology improvements. Nowadays it is rapidly improving. Therefore, actually the 20 years also, it's a long time when we consider about technology. It is now, if you go 20 years past, the technology is very poor level. Now it is rapidly growing. No? Rapidly growing. Normally, it's given for 20 years. The reason is, after 20 years, it don't have again novelty. Again, it don't have novelty. Therefore, it's given for 20 years. Okay, now other reason is, if it is given lifetime, the innovators not going to produce another novelty. They have some income. If they have patent, they can get income. I will explain later how they can get profit, how they can earn from the patents. They can earn, and they can lifetime. If they have lifetime period, they not go again, try to produce new things. No, therefore, if it is expired in 20 years, then they try to produce again and again now new innovations. That's another reason. The main thing is technological improvements. And after 20 years, if this product don't have any novelty. Okay, the final point. The final point. After, if anyone has patent, if anyone has patent, how he can earn money from this patent? How can earn? How can earn? Yes, one is a, yeah, correct, correct. The one correct. Remember, the first one is, the first, we have three main earning methods. Three. The first one is, if I have patent, what of patent to whatever product, I can start the industrial process, and I can produce the product, and I can sell. Okay, that's the one method. Own business. Start own business. Start own business. Start own business, and we can earn money. Okay, the second, actually, this is not recommended way. That's not a recommended way. The reason is, the inventions, they can do more than this. Okay, they don't need to. If you have invention or innovation ability, you don't need to do like produce product and sell. Don't need to do business. You can do another thing. You can produce another new things. Okay, therefore that's not recommended. But if you have your owner, you are the product owner. After you got the patent, you can start your own business. Okay, the second one, is the most recommended way. You can rent this uh, paid. That means according to an agreement, as I think, as I told earlier, if I have new ice cream or whatever new product, then I can find a production company, large scale production company, and I can propose this patent. In I need 50, I need 40%. Like profit I can get. They produce product, and they doing business. That some percentage come to the your ownership. Okay, understood. Okay, you can rent. You can rent your patent. The final one is you can directly sell your patent. Think I have a new product, then then anyone asks to I given this much of money. I If anyone propose for whatever amount your patent, then you can directly sell. Then after that you don't have any ownership. Okay, after that it's totally you can provide for another business company. Okay, that's a you can directly sell the patent. Okay, this one is the second one is the most recommended way. Then you can get for you can find another you can find time for your new innovation, and as well as you can get within 20 years you can get income. Okay, understood. But in here you have to give it for a proper agreement. Give it proper agreement. Agreement එකක් එක්ක තමයි දෙන්න ඕනේ. Otherwise they can produce the production, because that's a secret. No? The patent is like a secret. It's only the owner is sure. If anyone produce, you can get legal actions. If anyone produce without your own, without your uh, permission, you can get legal action. Therefore, with proper agreement, you can rent this for produce, and some part of some percentage of profit come to your ownership. Understood? Okay, that's all about patents. If you want anything, you can write note down. I will give you 30 seconds. Okay, now I going to start the industrial chemistry. Listen, you can read the given things in the. Now I explained few new things as well. You have to note down. I have given importance of patenting. For importance of patent, acknowledging the creativity of innovations. Yes, establish the right to be benefit from the invention. Inspiration for more new creations. Yeah, you can read them. That's the additional thing I explained here. You can note down everything. Okay, now get the our new tool, industrial chemistry institute. Okay, complete. Complete. Are you complete? Yeah. Very good. Now we move into our very new lesson, the industrial chemistry. The industrial chemistry. Industrial chemistry. Industrial chemistry. Industrial chemistry. Industrial chemistry. Okay. In this lesson, mainly we discussed about this topic. Mainly we discuss in the today, mainly we discuss the basic of chemical industries. Basic of chemical industries. Next day we discuss main 5 types of chemical industries we can possible to start in Sri Lanka. How do you know how in chemical industries in Sri Lanka? How about the condition of chemical industries? How about the condition of chemical industries? The chemical industries. How about the condition of chemical industry? It is very poor in Sri Lanka. The chemical industries are very poor because the chemical industries, the important thing is chemical industries very difficult to continue as a small and medium scale. That is very difficult to continue the chemical industries. As example, if we produce the HCl, HClO, HCl, H2 sulfuric H2SO4, H HNO3, HNO3, they are very important acids required for different production processes. The problem is in Sri Lankan condition, don't have any acid production companies. Acid production industry don't have anywhere in Sri Lanka, don't have. Therefore, lot of fertilizer productions in this lesson we discussed one by one. Okay, the overall idea I given. The fertilizer productions and whatever, lot of industries, raw materials have to be imported, and this acid raw material, if any industry need acids, we need to import and we need to use for industry. That's why lot of chemical productions in Sri Lanka, they are the price is very high. The price level is very high. Chemical related thing. The price level very high. Reason is we have to raw materials. We have to import from other countries. Then we have to use. Okay. Therefore, the chemical industry condition is very poor in Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka, don't have any acid production industry. Acid production industries. I told you the chemical industry is very difficult to continue as a medium and small scale, because if you start to think about that, if you start to produce whatever acid production industry, then you have to select your industrial zone should be produced in a should be prepare in a low population area. If it is high population area, if there are any exhaust to the, if any waste or whatever excess thing contain very minimum amount of acid, that can huge damage to the environment and around population. Therefore, while we doing any type of chemical industry, we have to very careful about our environment and the around population and the working peoples, especially the manpower. We need to very careful while we start and maintaining a chemical industry one by one. I will discuss in this lesson what are the factors we need to consider, and what we discussed in what are the factors we need to consider, and how we start a chemical industry. If we starting, how we start and how we maintain, what are the special features we required for chemical industries, we discussed in this lesson. Okay, in this lesson, mainly in the first part, mainly we discussed about the requirement for chemical industries. Mainly we discussed requirement for chemical industries. If I going to start a new chemical industry, or mainly new chemical industry, if we're going to start a new chemical industry, what are the factors you need to consider, and how we decide a chemical industry without environmental and human damage. Okay, this we discuss in the first part. At the second part, we come to the Sri Lankan possible industries, to discuss about Sri Lankan possible industries. In this part, mainly we discussed about, I think you will, this part is very important. The second part is very interesting. The first part is little bit uh, boring. The first part we discussing facts. In the second part, we mainly discussed about soap production, the biodiesel production, that is industries. We're going to discuss about Sri Lankan possible industries. In Sri Lankan condition, possible industries in the second part of the lesson. Therefore, we need to, first of all, we need to complete our basic part. Then we can go for very interesting part, the production part, chemical production part, chemical industry production part. Okay, the second one is biodiesel, and in here we discuss bioethanol as well. Biofuel mainly, bioethanol. The third one we discussed about paint production. Paint production. The fourth one we discuss about fertilizer production. That's a very interesting part. Fertilizer production we can discuss in Sri Lankan condition. The fertilizer that's the most possible chemical industries. Fertilizer, do you know? I think more than 60 to 70% fertilizers required for Sri Lanka we import, not produce in Sri Lanka. That's a huge amount of dollars go out from the country because of this fertilizer problem. I think you remember 2 to 3 years ago, there was a huge fertilizer problem in Sri Lanka because of the economic problem, dollar problem. Okay, therefore we can self-sufficient. We can produce our required fertilizer. We have a lot of sources. Okay, we can discuss in this lesson. The fifth part is the paper production. Paper production. Okay, do you have heard Walachain paper production company? Do you have heard? In nowadays, a lot of news coming from. It is, I think, more than 20-25 years has closed. Again, I think 2 months ago, close. I don't remember what's the time. Near 2 to 3 months ago, it again started, but don't know what is the productivity because it is very old company. We have the paper production also. We have very limited chemical industries. With very limited industries. Therefore, lot of papers also we import. We import papers. Normally, the newspaper produce papers, I think, produce in Sri Lanka, but the others, I think more than 50% import, not produced in Sri Lanka required level. In Sri Lanka, produce papers, but not in required level. In Sri Lankan condition, we not produce biodiesel, but we have enough sources to produce biodiesel and bioethanol. We not produce biodiesel and we not use. Okay, we can discuss in this part one by one how we produce. If you want, you can, the soap you can produce in your home also. After we discussed in your home, if you go any hardware, you can buy caustic soda. Caustic soda, it's not more in pain. It is very cheap. It is very cheap. 100 to 150 rupees. You can get 500 gram of caustic soda, the sodium hydroxide. Then you can find used or new whatever triglyceride. It can be animal or yeah, we made in school. Very good. Okay, you can find animal or whatever triglyceride. You already know animal or plant oil or fat triglyceride. Then we can produce in our home also as a small scale business. If you want, you can start in your home also soaps. The problem is, Amar, what is the smell of the produce soap? Okay, final product. How about the smell? Arshad, you same school? Yeah, very bad smell. Yeah, that's the problem. The final product and color, it's like sunlight. Sunlight color kada? Light yellow color, correct? You added coloring. How about the normal color? You couldn't observe the without adding coloring. Without adding coloring, the soaps like do you know bathing bars? Bathing bars mean sunlight. The sunlight color, yellow color. That's color. That's a normal color. Normal color. We can discuss in the lesson. As Ahmed, are you know what are the filling materials in Sri Lankan condition? What are the filling materials we add to the soaps? The main filling material. Normally, do you know why we add filling materials? Every chemical production we add filling material except biodiesel we not adding. Biodiesel we not adding filling materials, but other every productions we add filling materials because if I produce without filling materials, if we produce soap, the production cost only it take 1,000 rupees, more than 1,000 rupees, because using 1 liter of oil, we can produce very small amount of soap. Am I correct, Amar? 1 liter of oil after produce soap, it is very small amount. Huh? Then how about it's like one soap, no? Yeah, it is very small. Then how we price in this? How we price? It's take more than 1,000. More than 1,000, the total production cost. Then how we sell this? Therefore, we need to add filling materials. We need to add filling materials. Normally in Sri Lankan condition, not in the world also, we use sands. We use sands as filling materials. We can discuss in the lesson. The sands we use as the filling material. Do you know the Vim wala? If you observe well, inside the the not liquid, the Vim Katatina. Okay, if you observe well, you can found the sand crystals. Sand crystals. Every soaps as filling materials use sands. Then why we the baby soap and whatever smooth soap? Then why we can't see sand crystals? Normally we add filling materials grinding well. According to the grinding quality, the smoothness is depend according to the grinding. Okay, we can discuss in this. That's what is very interesting. That's very interesting. According to the filling material grinding quality, the smoothness is depend. The vim is a rough soap. Therefore, the crystal size is little bit high. The diameter is high. But baby soaps, that is smooth. Then we need to grind the sand crystals into powder form. When we need to grind and into powder form and we need to add. That's why we can't see. Then that's how after adding filling materials, we get this soap into this price around nowadays around 150 to 200 price range we get by adding filling materials. By adding filling materials, we can discuss in the lesson. Okay, I think you got the overall idea of the lesson. That's now we going to discuss about chemical industries. About chemical industries, we going to discuss. Okay. First of all, we need to identify requirement need to start or maintain a chemical industry. We need to identify requirement to start or maintain a chemical industry. Okay, I will erase this. I can, after first part is completed, we can come to the production process. Okay, first of all, the introduction part. First of all, we need to discuss what are the requirements. What are the requirements to start and maintain a chemical industry. What are the requirements to start and maintain a chemical industry? Mainly, this all requirement we can get into one concept that we called as 5M concept. Okay, that we called as 5M concept. Understand very well. That we called as 5M concept. That concept we called as 5M concept because all requirement is starting from M. The 5M concept, the first one is money. The second one is manpower. The third one is machine. The fourth one is method. The fifth one is materials. Sorry. This is the 5M concept. You can see all requirements starting from M. That's why we call that concept as 5M concept. That's why we call this concept as 5M concept. What are the 5M concept? Money, manpower, machine, method, material. Money, manpower, material, method, machines. Money, manpower, machine, methods, material. Okay, now you can remember again, don't need to refer. Now remember, money, manpower, machine, material, methods. Okay, that's a 5M concept. First of all, they are the concept we need to consider. Consider requirement to start or maintain a chemical industry. Okay, among that, most important factor is the manpower. Is the most important factor. The manpower is the most important factor because without manpower, if I have money, machine, or whatever requirement, without manpower, the man is the human is the person collect all resources, other resources into one place and start a chemical industry. Therefore, the manpower is the most important factor while we start a chemical industry. Okay, that part get in. You can better to prepare a short note of this natural product lesson. Very easy to prepare a short note. The lesson is going in order. Therefore, you can easily prepare a short note. This lesson also very easy to prepare a short note. At the mid of the lesson, you can understand the structure of the lesson. Then you can start your short note. That's very important for your exam. Okay, that's important for your exam. This lesson also you have to prepare a short note. Okay. Among these 5M concept, the manpower is the most important factor. The manpower is the most important factor because other all resources, other all requirements collect into managing other all requirements managed by the manpower. Okay, now by machines, what is the requirement? By machines, that's the most important factor. All resources managed by the manpower. The machines, by machines, what we can do, what is advantage of use machines in chemical industry? We can increase the efficiency and productivity of the industry. We can increase the efficiency. This word is important. Efficiency. We can increase the efficiency and productivity. Productivity we can increase. Productivity of the industry. Remember, I'll give you a short note. In the note I have given in little bit as a huge descriptions. In long way I have given, but in explanation every parts I take as a small note. Better to note down this, and this is very important for your remember, for your future studies. Okay, machines, we can increase efficiency. You know, in machines we can increase the efficiency and productivity. Efficiency increase means with the production time is less, therefore we can increase the productivity. Okay, money is the main requirement. Not after manpower, the money is the next requirement. We have sufficient money for start the initial cost. They start the business, chemical industry, and maintain. Start and maintain. Start, that means initial cost and maintaining cost. Maintain cost. Without initial and maintaining cost, we can't start a chemical industry. That's the thing. Without initial and maintaining cost, we can't start. Okay, without manpower, we can't start anything. Without using machines, we can increase the efficiency and productivity. And materials, I will explain method later. Materials, while we selecting materials, we have to select more purified material, quality materials. Okay, the quality should be high. If it is quality, the quality of the materials high, the high quality materials when we use, the byproduct production is very low. I have given in the tube. Go to the page number 2. The problem is this tube don't have page number. No? Better to write down page numbers, otherwise very difficult to control. Page numbers you have to write down. Okay, go to the page number 2. Okay, go to the second second sentence of the page number 2. There are an advantage of using quality raw materials for the production process. The facility of providing raw materials leads to continuous operation of the industry. That means while we selecting raw materials, that is very important. There are more factors we need to consider. Okay, while we selecting raw material, the first one should be the quality must be in high quality raw material. The second one is the continuity. Think I found a source of raw material. Then when I produce the production process continue 1 month. After second month we can't find the raw material. Then it's the production process we can't continue. No, therefore the continuity access continuity access window continuity access continue the we have ability to supply raw materials. The other thing is, if you can we can get raw materials from natural source as examples as example in biodiesel production. In biodiesel production, the one raw material is, I will explain 5 years later. That's come to method. That's why I skip that. We go into the pattern. Okay. Wait, I'll explain. Okay, then when I select raw material, the quality should be high level, and we need to ability to supply in required quantity and continue. Required quantity and continue, we have access. We have ability to access. The final point is, if you select a natural source, I have given in the tune, if you select natural resource, natural raw materials from natural source, then you can reduce your cost. As example, in biodiesel production, we one raw material is a methanol. The methanol we get from the methanol is think the methanol equal to ethanol. That's a difference. But now in your level, basic level, think the methanol is ethanol. Then if you ethanol we can get easily, the ethanol we can produce in large quantity and we can use. Likewise, if you can use natural source as raw material, it is a economical benefit, profit oriented. It is profit oriented. Okay, the next one, considering the natural source use raw material, it is, when we consider a natural source, it is wide availability. We have to consider about wide availability and the quality, purity, located and easy accessible, and it should be easy accessible. Otherwise, very difficult transportation. No? Easy accessible, easy access. Easy accessible for transportation ability. Okay, they are the factors we need to consider about raw materials. Okay, I think they are the structured question, compulsory questions. Okay, anivaryen mahanawa. Therefore, you have to keep in mind. The final one is 5S concept. The 5S concept. Sorry, final one is method. Not five. Sorry. The final one is method. The method. You need to select a suitable method, most suitable method. While we select method, better to get more than one method. Better to get more than one method you can suggest. Methods. More than one methods you can suggest, and finally you can decide more suitable method. To decide more suitable method, we can follow 5S concept. We can follow 5S concept. 5S concept. Actually, I don't remember 5X concept. I can only remember 3. Seiri, Seiton, Seiketsu. Do you remember other 2? that's a Japanese concept. To find the best method, we have to use 5S concept. 5S concept. I will give you full 5S concept. That not two seconds. Yeah, Seiso Setsuke, no? Yes. Give me a second. Okay, correct. Yeah. Seiso Setsuke, no? Okay, I'll give you the first one is Seiri. Seiri. What's the Seiri? Sorry. That's the Japanese words. Yeah, little bit different. Seiri, not English. Seiri. The Seiri means salt. The Seiri means salt. The English meaning is salt. Okay. Uh, Seiton. Seiton. The meaning is set in order. Set in order. Set in order. Say so. Say so. Shine. Seiketsu. 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 Stand right. Stand right. Stand right. Stand right. The final one, Shitsuke. 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 It is sustain. Sustain. Okay, that's the 5S concept. That's the 5S concept. Set in order. Set in order. That's a 5S concept. The while you select the suitable method, you have to suggest you have all methods, and suitable method you have to select according to the 5S concept. The 5S concept means Seiri, Seiton. You can remember, okay? Seiri, Seiton, Seiso, Seiketsu, Shitsuke. The sort, set in order, shine, stand right, and sustain. Okay, they are the 5S concept and 5M concept. I will give you summary again. The 5M concept mean main requirement to start and maintain a chemical industry. The 5M concept is money, manpower, machine, method, materials. The among that, most important one is manpower, because all resources, materials collect into one place and managed by the manpower. The money to initial and maintaining cost, we have to find any method, we have to find, otherwise we can't start. The machines, we can increase the production efficiency and productivity, production speed we can increase by using machines. The methods, among all methods available, we have to select suitable method by the 5S concept. This is the 5S concept. The materials, when you select materials, you need to consider quality, purity, quality, the continuous accessibility and easy accessibility, and the supply raw materials in required quantity. Everything you have to consider about, and the cost of the raw material, the price of the raw material. If it is high price, if it is quality raw material in higher price, we can't get the economical profit. Then the always doing the, if it is an industry, chemical industry, that's a business. Always our target should be get a profit. Otherwise, what? Why we doing this? Okay, always the target is doing profit. Okay, profit. That's all together. Always it is a profit oriented process. Therefore, we need to consider about the cost and profit. Cost and profit. Okay, I got the first tip introduction. Clear? Any doubt about any point? Arshad, I got. Complete. Completed. Everyone complete. Yes, good. Okay. Now go to the page number 2. Tute page number 2. Make a page numbers dagan natta aap israda temare. Go to page number 2. Examples for chemical industries. I have given some chemical industries. I have given Tevan. You don't have Tute, no? Wait, I will send you a PDF. Okay, I have sent. Okay, examples for chemical industries. I have given here in international level in the world, not in Sri Lanka. The write down within bracket international in the world. Examples for chemical industries in the world. The ammonia production. Ammonia production. Normally, ammonia we use for normally ammonia we use for what? For fertilizer production. Ammonia we use for fertilizer production. The production of caustic soda. Caustic soda mainly we use for soap production. In the below I have given soap production and the biodiesel production. Caustic soda is a catalyst. We can discuss in the lesson. Production of sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid required for many industries. Like the sulfuric acid required mainly for fertilizer productions. Fertilizer production and the battery acid mean what? Battery acids. Battery acid. Normally we call battery acid. Battery acid. Battery acid. Battery acid means sulfuric. The battery acid means sulfuric. Therefore, important produce batteries. Batteries uh, sulfuric acid. The hydrochloric acid, HCl. The hydrochloric acid, HCl. HCl, what are the purpose? What are the usages? HCl. HCl, what are the usages? Hydrochloric acid, what are the usage? Cleaning agent like no. Sulfuric acid also main requirement for fertilizer production and different chemical reactions. Very important. Lot of chemical reactions doing in chemical industries doing it as a powerful acid. We use hydrochloric acid. We use hydrochloric acid. Production of nitric acid. Nitric acid also we use as a in agriculture as fertilizer production. Nitrogen related fertilizer we produce by nitric acid. Okay, then I have given a paragraph. A chemical manufacturing process can be defined. Highlight this. The chemical manufacturing process can be defined as a large scale process of producing new compounds using raw material and energy. Using raw material and energy. Using raw material. That's a chemical industry. Using raw material. Raw material. Raw material. Raw material convert into new compound, whatever new product by a chemical conversion. You know, the in the chemical reaction we discussed in the thermal kinetic chemistry lesson. In chemical reaction, reactant quality is different, totally different from product quality. In the kinetic chemistry we discussed the reactant and product. Then the in chemical reactions, reactants react each other. I think in I think you remember in molecular level in lesson we discussed in raw materials, reactant molecules react each other. I think remember this is A molecule and this is B molecule. Then reactant molecule react each other. They are already available bond breakdown and new bond formation between A and B. Then new bond is formation between AB that we call as AB. Then A plus B raw material. The produced AB is the product. The A and B quality is totally different from AB characteristics. Okay, that's how the chemical industries, chemical manufacturing process always have a chemical conversion. The raw material convert into useful product by chemically conversion using energy. The energy also a main factor, energy. Okay, I think in kinetic chemistry, you remember, I think that's why we discussed these lessons early, because for these lessons, our environmental chemistry also, this basic knowledge is required. The basic knowledge is required. If not, you have to go through these lessons. Okay, raw materials convert into a new product by a chemical conversion. Remember, large is conversion. Raw material convert into new product by a chemical conversion. Chemical conversion. That is the summary of the chemical manufacturing process. Chemical industry. What happened? Raw materials, that means reactants, react each other using energy, produce new product. That's a large scale process that we call as the chemical industry. Okay, write down this one close to this definition. Write down this one. Then you can get easily remember the definition. Raw materials mean reactants. Make it clear. Reactants. 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 Convert into a useful product. Useful new products. Useful new product. Useful new product using energy by a chemical conversion. By a chemical conversion. That is the uh, chemical manufacturing process. Chemical manufacturing process. Okay, next point. Chemical reactions related to ammonia, caustic soda, sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, nitric acid can be presented to indicate that the chemical change occur as one of its main characteristics. The chemical change occur. Yeah, this point is very important. The one of main characteristic is you can highlight this. One of main characteristic is chemical change occur the chemical change. Yeah, this is the most important factor. Occur the chemical change. I have clearly given in the tube. The chemical conversion is the main characteristic of this chemical reaction. Then you can prepare your own definition for now. Can you all send me what is the definition for chemical industry? Quickly say what you understood definition for chemical industry. I not need that you given one. I need in your words with keywords. What is the chemical industry in your words? Quickly say what is the chemical industry in your word according to your understand. With these words you can use. Quickly say, type and send. Okay, lot of answers. Good. Yeah, converting raw materials to useful products by a chemical conversion good. The large scale manufacturing of new useful products from raw material and energy by a chemical conversion good. Producing new products using raw materials through chemical conversion good to chemical conversion. Industries that use chemical raw materials and make a useful new product by chemical reactions. Okay. The chemical conversion in chemical reaction. Okay. Good. Okay. This is the chemical industry. Then I have given again uh, ammonia production. The each chemical industry. What are the uses? Ammonia for agriculture. Caustic soda for soap. Sulfuric acid for vehicle batteries. Uh, Nitric acid for agriculture, petroleum industry to produce fuel, and the petroleum industry mean mainly the energy production industry. uh, Butane, propane, that mean our home using gas produced by a chemical conversion. That's a mixture of butane and propane. Butane and propane. Okay, in the energy lesson, we can discuss. In the biodiesel lesson, we mainly discussed about energy. In the fertilizer lesson, we mainly discussed about Sri Lankan agriculture. Therefore, they are wide range. We can discuss in depth. We can discuss in each field. We can discuss in depth. Okay, now now there is a special point you need to remember when we when we uh, when we get raw materials, as I explained earlier, the raw materials must be uh, high quality and easy accessible, and easily the continuous accessible and accessible in required quantity. They are very important to consider, as well as when we take raw materials for chemical industries, these raw materials also can be chemicals, not can be always chemicals. The raw materials also chemicals, it also a product of chemical. As example, for soap production, the caustic soda is a raw material. The caustic soda is a raw material. The caustic soda is a product of another chemical process. Okay, therefore, the raw materials also chemicals for these chemical industries. As example, if I battery production, vehicle batteries, if we use hydrochloric acid, the hydrochloric acid is a final product of another chemical series, chemical industry. Therefore, the raw materials also chemicals. Therefore, while we selecting these raw materials, we need to consider about the MSDS sheet. MSDS sheet. MSDS sheet. What is the meaning of this MSDS? The MSDS, that is a MCQ question in the past paper question. The MSDS mean material safety, material safety data sheet. Material safety data sheet is the meaning of the MSDS. MSDS meaning is material safety data sheet. Material safety data sheet. Material safety data sheet. Material safety data sheet. The material safety data sheet is not like a paper, it's a combination of documents. All chemical ingredients, if you when you buy chemical, any whatever raw materials, with raw materials, the supplier provide MSDS sheets. Okay, supplier, the raw material supplier provide MSDS sheets with raw material. Therefore, you need to carefully refer these the MSDS sheets, and you have every procedure available on the MSDS sheet. Okay, it contains the uh, health issues. If there are any contact with our body, what are the safety safety conditions, what are the practices we need to do, everything contained in the MSDS sheet. MSDS, I will explain a little what are the parts in the MSDS sheet. Okay, MSDS sheet, I will explain what are the content, the summary of content. The first one, they are not asking, but it is possible to ask. In syllabus, you have to, in syllabus, they have mentioned in the syllabus, your syllabus, you want to know about MSDS sheet. They don't have mentioned what is the level you want to, your requirement. Therefore, if they mention a word, we have to go to maximum level. Okay, maximum level. Then, if any question asked, no problem. No problem. Okay, the content of the MSDS sheet, the first one is physical and chemical characteristics. Physical and chemical characteristics. You can search sodium hydroxide MSDS sheet. You can search in the internet and you can download. Okay, whatever chemical MSDS sheet you can download. Okay, I will download and I will show you. MSDS physical and chemical characteristics. Physical and chemical characteristic of raw material. Characteristics. Physical and chemical characteristics. Composition. Composition. The third one is potential hazards. Potential hazard. Potential hazards. The third one is toxicology. Transport and storage condition. Storage condition. Everything included in the MSDS sheet. Storage conditions. Conditions. Storage condition. Okay, note down them. They are the main content. That's not all content. That's like a book. Okay, that's like a book. That's the main topics contained in the MSDS sheet. Okay, they not given in the tube as I think. Yeah, tube's given few points, but you can write a short summary of the MSDS. Complete? Complete? Can I guess? Can I guess? Okay, now we'll try. Complete? Now we'll try to download MSDS sheet. To download MSDS sheet, try. Try. Yeah. Yeah, that's the material safety data sheet. Okay, that's the material safety data sheet. The section one, it's given section by section. The section one, chemical product and company identification. The chemical products. The content is actually changing one to one, chemical to chemical. The composition, information, and ingredients: sodium hydroxide and sodium carbonate. Sodium hydroxide and sodium carbonate. Then section C, hazard identification. Hazards, possible hazard. Emergency overview. Section 4, first aid measures. First aid measures. Into I will show you another one. That's not much clear. I will show you another one. Fire fighting measures. Accidental release measures. Handling and storage. That's important. The I given handling and storage. See, handling and storage. Wash after handling. Don't allow water to get into the container because of violent reactions. Minimize dust generation and accumulation. Don't get in ice. Okay, the general handling procedures and storage conditions given here. Personal protection measures. Physical and chemical properties, as I given physical and chemical properties. Stability and reactivity. Stability and reactivity. You don't need to remember all topics. Only remember few. Okay. Only given few important topics. Toxicology information. This toxicology information. How about the toxic? Ecological information. How about the damage to the ecology? No information available. That means no any effect to the ecology. Disposal consideration. Okay, disposal. If it is after use, if it is disposal conditions. Okay, disposal condition. Transport information. Everything is there. Transport information. Regulatory information. Okay, there are a lot of sections. Additional information. Okay, that's MSTS. MSTS. Okay, we'll try to get more clear one. This is not clear. This is a little bit advanced, complex. Try to get more clear one. This one. Okay. This one. Okay, that's a safety data sheet. SDS. Yeah. You can see hazard identification, uh, composition, first aid measures. First aid measures given one by one. Eyes, skin, inhalation, ingestion, uh, every it is very clear. No? Fire fighting measures. Okay, that's the MSDS. You can download any chemical name. If you type any chemical name, you can find any number of MSDS sheet. You can refer and whatever your non-chemical you can type in the internet. You can download any number of MSDS sheets for your reference. Other info they given other information. Okay, they are the MSDS. Therefore, you want to remember while we okay, while we selecting MSDS, sorry, while we get raw materials, the supplier provide MSDS sheet for each operation. We need to refer before each operation, handling, storage, transportation, usage, and every processes. Before every processes, you have to refer MSDS sheet that's contain all information, all required information for usage and uh, other first aid, including first aid. Every information contained in the MSDS sheets. MSDS sheet. Okay, up to now understood. Now we move into our very important part. Up to now, any doubt? You can ask now. Today, can we continue up to 11? Then the basic part we can complete today. No need 11, 10:30. From next week, we can continue up to 11. Others okay? Okay, do you need break? No, no, we today we complete 10 because I have another work. From next week, we continue up to 11. After we start, production process, we continue up to 11. Only today we finish 10. Do you need break? You have only 50 minutes. Do you need break or we can continue? Yeah, send me quickly. Time. Now 9:10. I can give you 10-minute break. Okay? Okay, or we can continue. Okay, get 10-minute break and join again. Not leave. Not leave. Uh, you can go and refresh and come. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. Now we going to discuss about reaction chamber. Page number 3, you can find the reaction chamber. The reaction chamber, the reaction chamber. Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay, sorry. Okay. Now we're going to start our new part, the reaction chamber. Okay, if we can complete today up to if we can complete today up to soap production, the soap production, if we can start next week, we are in uh, correct level, correct speed, then we can complete next week. Soap production and biodiesel production we can complete next week. Then next week the lesson is complete. Next is that our polymer lesson. Next very important chemistry lesson, polymers. That's also only theory. Only theory. Within 3 days we can complete polymer lesson as well. Then and other thing I forgot. We according to our schedule, we don't have time for complete work, energy, power, and mechanical properties of mechanical property lesson. Uh, we don't have time for complete these 2 lessons. Other all lessons we do in the Tuesday class. We take additional 2 hours from next week up to 11. Other all lessons we complete, but the work energy power, work energy power, work energy power, and mechanical properties. Mechanical properties. Mechanical properties. We don't have time for complete these 2 lessons. Therefore, I hope to give you 2020 students recording. 2026 class, the work energy lesson complete. Therefore, within this month, you have to complete work energy lesson as well. The work energy lesson, I will give you time. I will send a time into the group. You can watch it, and I will give you the link, video link. Within this time, you have to complete this lesson. You need to complete it within this time. Otherwise, you will not. It is not complete. It is not productive. Therefore, you need to complete within the video given time. Okay, then the work energy lesson and this mechanical property lesson will continue this way. Then other old lessons we can continue. We can complete this this time. This we have 3 months. Within 3 months we can complete. The other very important lesson is the fluid mechanism and electronics. Fluid mechanism and electronic. The ICT part, ICT 5 lessons we have. We can it's within 2 days we can complete by question books. I have ICT question book, ICT part. Only in exam as MCQs. Then if you have MCQ books, then if you complete these MCQ books, that's enough. And in ICT part, we need to discuss few practicals as well. Practicals in our syllabus, we have practical guide. Do you know? In our A-level exam, don't have practical exam, but in our syllabus, there is a practical guide. This practical guide, I have translated into English. It coming only Sinhala, but I have translated into English, and we have to arrange one full 1 day for complete A to Z all practicals. Then the practical part is complete. The structured essay part. If you go to past papers, at least three structured essay question coming from practical part. The practical mean as example in the mission. Practical mean you already know. In the our first practical is how to use vernier caliper. You already know. The second practical is how to use micrometer screw gauge. Third one is how to use triple beam balance. As well, we have very important practicals in force lesson. The force lesson, parallelogram theorem, we need to discuss. In fluid mechanism lesson, YouTube practical, we need to discuss. In mechanical property lesson, the elasticity practical, we need to discuss. In the heat lesson, we have I think more than 5 practicals we need to discuss about the we need to discuss the specific heat capacity and specific latent heat practicals and mixture method practicals we have discussed. They are compulsory. They are always asking. Okay, therefore we have another practical component as well. Practical component, not only lesson. Therefore, it's not easy complete within this time because this online class we started little bit late. We have only our 26 class is going imperfect. Your class is little bit. We started little bit late. Not little bit. I think we started 7 to 8 months late. Therefore, we have a task, but if you working well, we can complete. Somehow we need to 100% we need to complete. Otherwise, it's not without 100% complete. Very difficult to go for A-level like exam. You need to complete 100% your syllabus. Then you have well confidence about you. Then you can go exam for get A. Otherwise, you can't get confident if you know only 75 to 85. Very very difficult to go for A level like exam with like this. Okay. Okay. Uh, Now we move into our new topic, the reaction chamber. 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 Okay. What's the meaning of the reaction chamber? Always in any chemical reaction, the chemical reaction take place in a chemical reaction chamber. Okay, the chemical reaction chamber is the any chemical reaction, the any chemical industry, chemical reaction take place container. The chemical, the container take place, that means A raw material, A and B raw material reacting. A and B add into then reacting on a reacting container. This container we called as a reaction chamber. This container we called as a reaction chamber. This container we called as a reaction chamber. Okay, this container is the reaction chamber. Go to the tune, page number 3. Okay, write down the definition not given. Definition has missing here. Write down with star mark in the tune, only one sentence. In any chemical in any chemical industry, in any chemical industry, in any chemical industry, any chemical industry, any chemical industry, chemical reaction take place, contain, hold as the chemical reaction chamber. Called as the chemical reaction chamber. Called as the chemical reaction chamber. In any chemical industry, chemical reaction take place contain the raw materials, reactants, reacting container we called as a chemical reaction chamber. Chemical reaction chamber. Chemical reaction chamber. Chemical reaction chamber. Okay. You want to understand the chemical reaction chamber is a container. The container has special features. This container has special features. It should have ability to temperature control. Temperature control. It should have ability to control temperature. It should have ability to pressure control. Pressure control. Pressure control. Okay, the chemical reaction chamber ability to but temperature control, pressure control, and raw material, input raw material. They are the special features. Input raw material, input raw material, input raw material, input raw material, and output product, output product, product output, and remove byproduct, remove byproduct, remove byproduct, remove byproducts. Okay, they are the few of requirement. Not only that, and we have heating ability. The heating, if it is not exothermic reaction, we need to heat this reaction. The heating ability, the heating ability, the heating ability, and what other requirement? Heating ability and mixing, very important. Mixing ability, mixing style, mixing, mixing ability. Okay, there are lot of features we have to consider, we have to maintain while we prepare a reaction chamber. While we reaction chamber. The other thing is these features not constant. They are not fixed. That means when we consider about the soap production reaction chamber, the biodiesel reaction chamber totally different from soap production reaction chamber. The paper production one is totally different. The what other the fertilizer production, phosphate fertilizer production reaction chamber is totally different. The reaction chamber size, these features, what are the required features, and heating is required or not, the cooling is required or not, mixing is required or not, the size of the container, the size of the reaction chamber, everything depend on the reaction type, industry type. Okay, that means, so that remember, okay, that's not a fixed uh, point. That's these features are not fixed for each reaction chamber. The according to the chemical reaction take place in each relevant chemical industry, the features of the chemical industry is changing. Okay, features are changing. Therefore, we need to according to the chemical industry, a suitable chemical reaction chamber we need to prepare. Okay, we need to select suitable chemical reaction chamber for according to the condition of the reaction take place in the chemical industry. Understood this point? Understood? The first paragraph given, that's this. Are you good? Okay, read the note. The size, shape, and other component of the chemical reaction chamber depend on the chemical information of the reaction. The information of the reaction and the kinetic chemical information of the physical state, chemical properties of the reactant totally depend on the reaction type. Okay. In reaction to the reaction chamber, the pipe system, I will explain what the pipe system, carrying raw materials compound, removing byproducts and removing product and mixing the, they are the main features we required in the chemical reaction chamber. Okay, I have given, next page, I have given chemical reaction chamber. Chemical reaction chamber. This is a common chemical reaction chamber. That means I will explain. You need to understand that way. Yeah, this is your tube. Yeah, this is a reaction chamber. This is a reaction chamber. This is a reaction chamber. I will add another few features on this. You can see given features. What are the given features on this? This is the raw material. You need to start here. This is the raw material, reactant, input pipes. Reactant input pipes. reactant input pipes. Reactants. Oh, sorry. They are the reactant input pipes. Okay, I think you can see. No? Okay, they are the reactant input pipe. Reactant input pipes. Reactant input pipes. And they are control valves. Each reactant input valve should have these valves. If not, we can't control. To control the input, we should have valve system for each pipe. And think this is the raw material level. Think this is the raw material level. Okay. Think this is the raw material level. Raw material level. This is the raw material. This is the raw material. This is the raw material. Okay. Now it should have a proper styre. Styre is compulsory because styre is a fan connected to the motor. This is a motor. This is a motor. The missing part you can label. This is a motor. It is connected to styre. Then styre is when the motor is rotating. The styre is rotating. That's used for mixing purpose. Mixing purpose. And there is a cooling system here. The coolant in and like a condenser we discussed in last lesson. Like a condenser, that's a cooling system. Cooling system. Cooling system. Cooling system. Cooling system. Cooling system. Okay, understand that I am not going to draw a reaction chamber for any specific reaction. Therefore, I'm mark here. I'm label all features of reaction chamber according to the reaction that can be changed. Understand that. That means I'm going to draw now. I'm going to draw. There is a heating pan. The heating pan and cooling system don't have in a same one. Okay, the cooling system required for exothermic reaction. For exothermic reaction, we don't need to heat again. No, we don't need to heat again. Therefore, this is a heating pan that's required for relevant industry. Okay, relevant industry. If it is requirement only, we add to the heating pan for reaction chamber. That's a heating pan. Heating pan. That's a common heating pan. That's a common reaction chamber I am explaining. But according to the specific reaction, that can be size, the features can be changed. Okay. To vent system mean the byproduct removing system. 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 That's also better to add a valve here. Better to add a valve for this, like this pipe also. Then finally you can see product outlet. This also compulsory. That's not a rule for the product outlet in downward. It can be upward according to the reaction. According to, if it is product produced in upper layer, we need to the product outlet we need to produce in upper level. I got my point? Yes or no? Yes. According to the reaction, these features are changing. That only you need to understand. Okay. Then other very important thing is you can add the pressure control light like this. pressure control line you can add like this. They are not common for every, but it can contain. It is possible. The pressure control line. Think this is a pressure control line. This is a pressure control open line. Open line. If it is the pressure is increased in required level, more than required level, the uh, raw materials are spilled out. Then the pressure is controlled. That's a pressure control line. Nowadays, if you want, you can use pressure control sensors. Pressure control sensors. More than this manual method, pressure control sensors we can use. In pressure control sensors, by pressure control sensors, the if it is the pressure is increased than required level, what they doing? They turn off the system. Turn off mean it can be blast if it is not turned off. Therefore, this is pressure control system also we have to maintain. Pressure control system. Pressure control system. Pressure control system. Pressure control system. And finally, you have to add indicator here. Remember, this is a they are measuring instrument. Measuring instrument always we measure in the raw material. Inside the raw material, we measure temperature. Remember, that is a thermometer. Inside the raw material, that is thermometer. Mark these all features. Mark these all features I am explaining. This is a thermometer. 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 Temperature measuring instrument. Always measure the temperature on raw material. This one is always above the airspace we locate the pressure meter. Remember that very carefully. This is pressure meter. Pressure meter. Pressure meter. Because we not going, it is not work if I get the pressure on raw material. The pressure is increasing in airspace. Therefore, the pressure gauge is above the raw material. Inside the raw material, we need to place the temperature measuring instrument. Okay, that's all about required components. Please quickly note down there. Okay, quickly. If you complete, send me message. Label them, note them on a tute, okay? Don't use additional paper. If you have tute, note them on tute. Complete? Complete? Okay. Then, so where are the thermometer and pressure meter? Yeah, the thermometer always inside the raw material. The pressure meter always air space above the raw material. Okay, you can see up to this level raw material. Up to this level raw material. Okay, final part for today. Problems of using chemical reaction chamber. The problems are actually we need to. The problems are actually we need to maintain the waste disposal method. If it is the waste disposal method to the environment, that can environmental damage. Other thing is the pressure control, temperature control, and we need to mixing the solution well. Otherwise, it is the uniformity is problem. The final product, you need to keep the uniform standardization of the final product. We need to mixing is required, because if it is not, the temperature is not equal for each and every point. Therefore, you can read this point one by one, and we can add, if you want, you can add catalyst for increase the rate of chemical reaction. This chemical, that's a normal chemical reaction. Therefore, if in this question, if they would given the after adding catalyst, we can add another chemical ingredient for enhance the catalyst reaction. Okay, then you have this week, you have this page number 1, 2, 3, 4, page number 5. You have to read them with come to next class with superb knowledge. Okay, about reaction chamber and problems coming in reaction chamber. Read them, everything I have given. Everything I have given. Read them and prepare a short note. And the basic part, I think you got. Then next week we can start from soap production. Soap production. Next week we can start from soap production. Then biodiesel, then paper, then paint, then fertilizer. Then lesson is complete. This is a easy lesson. But in this soap production and the production process, little bit chemical reactions are coming. Chemical reactions you need to remember. And better to, if you don't have biomolecule knowledge, try to complete biomolecule lesson before next week. Otherwise, very difficult to soap production and biodiesel production. If you can't understand lipids, the triglyceride and ester bonds, the soap production also like a Greek. It is like a Greek. Therefore, if you don't complete the uh, lipids lesson, my advice is complete minimum at least lipids before next week. If you have done, you can refresh again about lipids before next week. Otherwise, it is difficult. Okay, now time is up. Okay, any doubt from today lesson? Today we discussed the natural product final part, and we complete the first part of the uh, industrial chemistry lesson. The basic part is complete actually. Okay, any doubt today? today part? No? Any doubt? Ask. We have 4 minutes. If any doubt in chemical reaction chamber, you can ask. Okay. If you don't have doubt, try to complete. Try to prepare short note. That's your job this week. Try to prepare a short note of natural products and industrial chemistry. In your word, you have to prepare a very short note, including all parts in your handwritten, your writing. It will important because if I given any information in the tudes, they are not valuable. You have to prepare your own note, in your own words. It is very important for your future studies. ඒක හදාගන්නද biomolecules refer කරලා next weekend. Okay, good night.